Welcome to the Shut the Funk Up podcast. I am the well-fed boy, and as always, I am delighted to be joined by
Jaylit the Kid. What it do?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time coming. We are super excited to finally say we are live.
Live and direct, baby.
Video is on. We got the video mojo working. We're going to be on YouTube for here on forward. Producer Mike had to battle some tech issues because when did we
months?
I was about to say I feel like we tickled it a little bit there, and then we thought we were gonna have to not come through like we usually do when we say we're gonna do this and we don't ever do it.
100%.
But this one we did. We're live. What's going on to everyone out there? We're so excited to finally do some video stuff for you. Like, this is the first episode of it. Only took us almost 130 episodes to do it, but
just in right under the gun.
Yes, right. So, like I said, producer Mike is still learning the ins and outs, so we're hoping to get a lot more fun things for you. You know, we don't know the full capabilities of our software yet, but we're excited. I do know that we have a live feature, so that when we start getting very comfortable with this, Jordan, we can, like, when we're recording, we can, like, tweet out to the people or whatever.
I mean, that's as soon as you're ready, bub. I'm MJ flu game.
Because then people can come in while we're actually recording. You guys can come in the chats and, mess with us, and it'll be real time talking to you. And then if we're really feeling froggy, you guys can, like, ask to participate and come in and, get on that, left and right video scale.
We can call people on the bat phone.
Yeah,
and they can call us on the bat phone.
Because technically, when we record this, we're like live on our platform, so like people can come and chat. They can come and, like, request to be on with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Also, other big news, because like I said, we had all these changes and stuff going on. We did have to get a new phone number.
Still the same area code?
Still the same area code. So the
305, baby.
The new number is 305-317-2371. I repeat, 305-317-2371. That's the new number. You guys can do the voicemail thing and the text message thing that you were all able to do before.
Lock it in.
Yeah, and I wanted to make sure we were updated, get that before the Deadpool.
Yes, we're
before
here.
The Deadpool.
We're here. That is actually probably one of the time the bat phone gets most utilized. And we are creeping closer week by week. Submissions are due. What's the last day? 30th?
30th.
Is November a 30?
30th.
We're at 30.
It's
30?
A 30. It's a 30.
It's a 30?
Mm-hmm.
All right, November 30th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You can DM it. You can
use whatever avenue you want and get your picks in. And just a reminder, there is one male identifying and female identifying. And you can choose the in-betweeners.
Yeah, we're not going to play God on that.
Yeah, you make that call which way you want them to identify for.
Yes, but make it funny. Don't just, like, pick two.
Give us a reason why.
Yeah.
Like, you want Caitlyn to still be a guy? I'm cool with that. Just give me a good, compelling reason.
Right, exactly.
So it's going to be one guy, one gal under the age of 90. With no current or very recent pre-existing conditions.
Yes.
And we are the insurance company on that front. Mm-hmm. We are a democratic podcast, and we will decide whether your submission is valid if it's on that line.
Right. And it's first come, first serve. So, like, as they come in, if you submit something that someone else already has, we will reach out to you and let you know, like, hey.
You don't want an Alan Alda situation like last year with me and Dugan.
I was like, that guy needed to die just for that reason, just so, like, you guys could forever fight over him.
I will be making
What is he again? Do you remember what he is again?
Alan Alda?
What he is?
Oh, he was most notable he was in MASH.
Okay.
Which I'm not a MASH guy, but he was also in The West Wing.
You're
and
a
as
winger.
you know, left wing, right wing, just West Wing over here.
Yeah, y'all are left wing, right wing. Jordan's out here. He's West Wing.
I'm West Wing.
Yeah.
Whatever side that is, I don't know, but I'm West Wing.
I also too want to also state that the YouTube channel is called Shut the Funk Up Podcast.
Okay.
So, and we urge you guys to go on there and watch it. Comment, do all the fun stuff now that we're going to be able to get to see, the comment on the visual stuff. So we got a couple visual things that we're going to start off today for you guys. We're obviously going to, introduce a lot more fun visual stuff. So you guys can watch us on the YouTubes and not just and listen, if you're in the car, pop us on YouTube. I'm trying to ride dirty.
You trying to ride dirty?
I'm trying. We're not liable for anything, but we're trying to ride dirty.
Yeah, disclaimer right there. Now it's funny because I am almost exclusively a car, but an audible medium podcast listener. I am almost always in the car. Shocking upset alert. When I got here today, there was not a podcast on the TV. And that is rare because 99 out of 100 times when I walk in here, there's always a podcast on your TV.
I, unlike you, am fully like a video podcast watcher listener, and I would say I was the one that might have been like, King Konging the table for a few months now or years, where I was like video, and everyone was like, yeah.
I'm the on-air talent. I do have the face for podcasting.
You do.
So I'm good with it.
Yes. So yeah, the channel on YouTube is Shut the Funk Up Podcast. That's where you're able to find it. And like I said, going forward, they'll all be up there. They're all going to be there. So yeah, we're excited.
Just a quick. I want to circle back to the Deadpool discussion very quickly, just to remind people what is at stake here. Now, there currently is someone who has won the Deadpool but has not come forward to claim their prize.
Yes.
Now, you might say, Jaylit the Kid, what is that prize? That prize is 2 moderately priced concert tickets with our approval.
Yes.
With our approval.
And also remind them of what we also implemented now going forward each year.
Your cell phone plan now has rollover minutes.
Yeah, exactly. We're singular cellular over here.
Singular cellular, 10-10-3-2-1.
Yeah.
If no one comes forward that has currently won the Deadpool, we will be taking that moderately priced 2 concert tickets and be rolling that into this year's coming up Deadpool, where you might get a little bit more bang for your buck.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we said this starting the new year,
$40 tickets.
You're going to put $40 in the piggy, and we're going to have a little piggy bank here.
No, we're already at $40 each.
Yeah. Oh, so that's already in there right now.
Right now, you could come and get 2 $40 tickets.
So now that's going to roll over December 1st, and then on December 1st, we're going to add another 20.
Yes.
And then every single year after that, if the Deadpool keeps going, on each of us will be throwing another 20 in it.
2045, you're gonna go see Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Get excited.
Yeah.
Get excited.
So yeah, just a reminder there of what is at stake, because no one's come forward yet.
And I've got producer Mike in my ear right now too, also imploring, hey guys, this is the first episode we are using new software. It's a whole, brand new avenue that we're all going down. They're all going down. Thank you, my producer Mike, Jersey Mike. So if there are little technical difficulties and audio, just bear with us. We're doing this all together, guys. We're doing this all together.
Yeah, you want a nice audible calamity? Go back and listen to episode 3.
Oh,
did that make you cringe?
To this day, I'm still like, I'm A-okay with deleting that episode.
No.
But the funny thing about that is that why you can is because it was Rod Temperton, who was like one of the most prolific peacocks we've ever done.
Mm.
So yeah, that was a bad one. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome. I forgot to bring this up, while we're still in the janitor's closet. I forgot to bring this up last episode, but Jaylit the Kid made his glorious return to the pitch this weekend.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? It was the company picnic.
Okay.
World Cup teams were picked.
Oh, I love this.
And Jaylet the Kid threw his old hat in the ring and said, look, if you need someone, you need legs out there, holla at your boy.
You have Jordan. I will give him this. When we were on Plaza Elite FC, shout out
P Elite, what it do?
To our college football team.
Our college football men's adult league soccer team.
Yeah, it was.
And co-ed. We had a co-ed division as well.
We did too. We were stuck. We stuck with that for a good minute. That was like, I feel like 4 or 5 seasons
at least. Yeah.
But Jordan definitely was. He was our header.
I had a nose for the goal.
His cranium had just had an appetite for just absolute netters.
Yes,
you were. That's all. I always remember that about you. Was just like, all right, if it's a throw in, or if we can maybe put it on him, there it is. There's his head.
Yep.
Yeah.
So so in the weeks leading up to this, because it was broken off into different segments. There was the field. The field had 2 teams. One of the other customer service groups had another team, and the office, mostly, the people that probably should not be winning.
Yes.
That was my squad.
Yes.
Now, there was some text messages going around, hey, let's meet at this park, get a practice in.
Couple PKs.
I said, MJ don't practice.
yeah, bro.
Call me when the whistle's about to blow, and I'll be there.
I'm going to stretch for a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and just because this harkens back to the P Elite days, they go, well, where do you want to play? I go, I'll play anywhere but striker.
Right.
I was like, striker. That's me. That's me.
Yeah.
I want all the glory.
You like this.
I want the shots, and I'm not running back to play defense.
Yes.
That's it. And they said, okay. So
did you guys play a match, or what's with
So it was just, there was 4 teams. It was basically a very small bracket.
It was like a little tournament thing.
It was a World Cup tournament. And
who were you guys?
We were Los Roosters FC.
Oh
yes. And so we, of course, thought that we were absolutely just going to get mashed because, it's the office versus the field.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen there.
I was about to say, and I don't want to. Jordan may or may not works for a roofing company, so you guys can do your own imagining of what the field workers look like and their nationalities.
Yes.
Are you catching my drift?
Yes.
Okay.
They take soccer very seriously.
They know how to play a little footy.
Yes. So, but we had a ringer. We had a recent hiree.
Someone got promoted from the field?
And recent hiree, former college soccer player.
Ooh.
We had a ringer.
Do you remember what college?
Small college.
Okay. Just like Drexel.
No, not even that big.
I don't even know.
No, like D3.
Oh, okay.
D3, yeah. But we had a ringer.
Oh, sweet.
So I said, we're not going to unveil him until day of.
Okay.
So we get out there, and ringer absolutely rockets one in.
Just off the rip.
And now we're up 1-0.
Just everyone's on notice.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's on notice.
I literally turned around and said, everyone fall back and play defense. We're wasting time. That's not what happened, though.
That's not what happened.
And they immediately
hold the line.
5 minutes later, they scored, tied up 1-1.
Okay.
Halftime comes around very early in the second half. They put one in, 2-1. And then we start getting a couple opportunities. We're heating up. It's one of those matches you're watching, you go, oh, they're going to get one here.
Okay.
They're going to get one here.
Yeah.
The ringer is putting them on net, rockets left and right.
Just missing.
Had one up to me, header. I barely missed it.
Oh.
I had one. There was another one. I dove towards, tore my leg up, slid towards the net, almost put one in. But sadly, Los Roosters lost a very respectable 2-1.
Okay.
right?
Oh, you guys got it next time.
Our office, the office in the office now rings out with respect.
Yeah, there's a few people out there in the Miami streets going, hey, that one kid though.
Yeah, so it was we got our respect. They put respect on our name.
Okay.
And I had like the grumpy guy at the office come to me afterwards, and he was just like, "Didn't think you could move like that. Nice."
Respect.
Like, yeah, backhanded compliment. Loved it though. I am very, very sore.
I bet.
I am very sore.
I bet.
But
are you guys gonna do it again?
Next year. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
next year. It's the yearly picnic or whatever. But almost glory. Thought we did well, and I thought that you should know.
I like this. I like this a lot. I like this.
Anytime any organized sporting event, you need to know the results.
I do. I need to know results. I need to know personal and team.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's get into the episode 129 here and talk to me about a little bit of James Burton. I know he was the guy behind the scenes. There wasn't too much to work with, but give me what you got.
When I was listening to the Whatever Salad, the main song that I think's been played the most, Polka Salad or some shit like that on his Spotify, it was giving me like very Leonard Skinner vibes on the way they either tuned the guitar or where he was playing the notes. And then I also got like this like folky surf, like 1960s surf rock.
Yeah, well,
I picked that vibe up a little bit from him.
I think he did a couple of Dick Dale stuff too. Like he hooked up with Dick Dale and the Deltones, which was like they were California surf rock. So yeah, that rockabilly
it's very 50s going into late 50s going into 60s electric guitar before they started really like shredding.
Yeah,
I don't know how. I mean, there's a certain point where probably around like 61, 62, where like the electric guitar turned into something else,
right?
Other than just being an electrified guitar,
right?
Where they started like shredding and soloing and doing like almost going into that psychedelic rock and all that type of stuff. But this was like, I feel like even on the more tame side of that, still in like the late 50s sound. But I liked it. And
Sweet.
the Susie Q version was great. You could totally tell when you heard it, like what people back whenever it came out were just like, ooh, let's redo this song
again.
And again. Yeah. So James Burton, very good. Liked it a lot.
All right, sweet. I like to hear that. I was because he was like I said, he was a guy in the back, so it was hard to be like, this is him, this is why he's the shit. Yeah, it was just more of the credits and
but that's like a lot of what our peacocks are.
Yeah,
it's the unsung heroes of the industry and through history, the pavers of the weighers, the people who were first to the scene.
It's the people in the field, not the office people.
Hey, there you go.
Okay,
but put some respect on that office name.
Yeah. Jordan, what did you learn this week, bud?
I'm a big reader of articles. That's like your car goes over the side of the railing on the river and you're in the car. How do you get out? Like the survivalist.
Yeah.
Kind of just like, I think it stems from the fear that this world will backtrack into a world of like, it's just us living out in the mountains again because everything's gone to shit. Kind of The Walking Dead, but without zombies.
Okay.
And, I thought about it and I go, they always say boil water, but what really needs to be done to take some water from whatever it is to potable, you can drink it water?
Okay.
And so the first thing that I learned...
I have one of those survival straws.
The straws?
Yeah.
But how do you know when like the filter's bad?
When you start shitting yourself, probably.
Hey, nice. Well, this also came up because
throwing up and having diarrhea.
It's funny you mentioned that because what made me think about this was Wifey and I were watching Naked and Afraid.
Love it.
And they boiled some water, and one of the girls immediately started shitting and throwing up, and she thought it was because they didn't boil the water long enough.
Okay.
And so the interesting thing is, and basically boiling the water is supposed to kill the viruses, bacteria, and the pathogens by heating it. What it actually does is it damages the structural component and disrupts like the essential life process is what it's called. But boiling is not sterilization. And more accurately, when you're boiling water, what you're doing is actually pasteurizing the water.
Okay,
And
that's
actually
weird.
And cooking food is a form of pasteurization.
Okay,
You're basically heating the whatever it is up to the point that all the bacteria is there but no longer active and can actually cause damage. Is what it is.
We're pasteurizing.
Yeah. So basically, when you're boiling that water, you're actually pasteurizing the water.
Okay.
And so what they say is typically you kill all the bacteria off around 150 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit.
How long we gotta go for?
But this is the myth, because they talk
say?
about how long, like, oh, you need to boil your water for 10, 20 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Boiling is actually at 212. So by the time it's reached the boiling, it's probably good. But they say at sea level, at least 1 minute rolling boil.
Okay.
If you're up in the mountains because the world has fallen into itself and you're up in Denver,
okay,
that high above elevation, solid 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to put that PSA out there. There's other forms of actual I guess it would be sterilization through like iodine, chlorine, or even bleach. So Trump wasn't that wrong.
Okay.
But it's only a certain amount. Otherwise, it becomes toxic. But I didn't get into any of that because I just want to boil my water.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a PSA for all you folk out there, just in case we all go back to the dark ages and you know what you got to do to get the job done.
If anything, by the end of this podcast, everyone, because of most of your What Did You Learn This Week, will be prepared for the apocalypse.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So that is what I learned this week. Alex, what did you learn this week?
I learned this week about a little lucky charm of a boy in the major leagues by the name Lil Rastus.
Lil Rastus.
I'm
going to go, you said in the MLB?
I'm
going to go 1892 to 1908.
Close. He was in the 1900s. He was discovered. He was discovered by Ty Cobb. He was living. The kid was living in Detroit. He was a little black boy who lived in Detroit. Poor as shit, and he would sneak into the Detroit Tigers games to like sleep on the bleachers and just like, just have a place to like go. And I guess it was really easy to sneak in there. And Ty Cobb noticed that it's raining fucking like a cow.
Cats and dogs.
As my dad would say, like a cow pissing on a flat rock.
I love that.
Yeah, it's raining so freaking hard here. So Ty Cobb recognized this little young black boy and, kind of took him in. And because the kid was originally from Georgia and Ty Cobb was from Georgia, known as the Georgia Peach. And so, he was...
Is that his nickname?
That's his baseball name, the Georgia Peach, Ty Cobb.
Just shot up my record books.
Yeah, he's the man. And so Ty Cobb took him in, and the Lions were playing, or the Tigers were playing really, really bad at that point. So when they took him in, he would stay with Ty for home games, and they were just going on a whole winning streak of home games. But when they would go in for away games, not so much. They're the same old Tigers again. So Ty Cobb started sneaking him on to the bus and staying with him and like putting him under his bunk.
Like superstitious type thing?
Baseball superstitious shit. And it got to the point where the Tigers they were slumping and then Ty Cobb was slumping again. So again, superstitious, they got rid of him. But apparently word had got around the league about Lil Rastus. So the Chicago Cubs went and picked him up.
Oh.
So he went with the Cubs.
Not right. I thought they were going to throw him on the team. That's where I thought you were going.
Then the Cubs picked him up as their little lucky charm. And they went all the way to the World Series and won it. So then in the off season, Cobb convinced
someone couldn't buy him a home.
Cobb convinced him to come back to the Lions. And he came back for like the first couple months, but then they ended up getting rid of him because they're just like, what are we doing here? But I just wanted to tell the little funny story of
the Cubs didn't want to bring him back, or was there a bidding war?
Maybe that was the original curse. They all talk about all the other stuff. Maybe it was Lil Rastus getting rid of him.
What was it a goat being brought into the stadium, or is that is that the Bambino?
It was a goat.
Was that in Beantown?
No, the goat is right, but I'm trying to think if it's like the goat. But they brought he
wasn't allowed to come in and watch the game, right? And so the guy put a curse on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. But
God, if that's for the Red Sox, we are going to get lambasted.
No, it's definitely the Cubs.
It's the goat?
Definitely the Cubs.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was the irony of it though. Is because you probably don't know, but Ty Cobb was a huge racist.
Oh,
he was a huge.
He is shooting down my.
He's from Atlanta, from Georgia. So he was like a huge it's even it's kind of like one of those things where it was like everyone he was like in the KKK.
Oh,
and like
why'd you let me say all that stuff?
Him and Jackie kind of went at it a little bit. He didn't get along with like other black baseball players. So it's I don't know that's the funny. I don't know if it's funny, but that's the little wrinkle to my what did you learn this week, because that's how far these baseball players will go with their superstitions, whether they will go against.
That's why he didn't buy him the house.
Yes,
we now know why.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I learned this week. But something else though that you quickly picked up on when you walked into the Wax Museum, there was a new, very large appliance on the kitchen counter.
Now, I'm always scanning, giving the house an ocular pat down, if you will. And at first, it looked like to me you'd gone really bougie and bought like the giant like cafe con leche maker. Yeah, like that,
steamer.
Like yeah, like I thought you had bought like that for the house.
Like you just come in, I'm just like, I'm an espresso guy now.
I would love that.
Right?
Oh yeah, big espresso.
It is always great when you have like that one friend that's like really deep into coffee, and like either they have a badass thing at their house or they take you to the no, we gotta go to Skippity Doodah's coffee. They have the best one.
Skippity Doodah's?
They have the best pour over.
Yeah. I've become more of a coffee snob, so I love that shit.
So I got it as a gift. But
what is it?
It's a home draft beer system. It's got the.
So is there a keg?
Tap?
Is there a small keg in there?
There's a small keg inside that machine that keeps it cool. The machine tells you how far when the meters on the how many liters are left in the keg. Tells you the temperature, keeps it at 37 running at all times. You'll probably hear it kick on, here in a little bit. Now,
I got a question.
Am I a douche? I got it as a gift, but
how long ago did you get it as a gift?
A week and a half ago.
Okay, so like it was not or wasn't even set up when I was here last.
No. I just finally set it up. I finally was like, all right, let me check. Let me set this thing.
Well,
up.
you're in the honeymoon phase of the gift, because I have some longevity questions.
As do I.
For one, where do I get the kegs? I have to send them away to a trendy place in Brooklyn.
As everything has an app. That thing has an app. So I can go on the app and it tells me I can do I can change all the setting. But one of the things on the app is there's a little tab for shop, and then you go to the shop and you can shop all the kegs.
How much does a keg cost?
$30.
How many beers does the keg hold?
I did the math on this. It holds 18 12-ounce beers.
And I'm just thinking that
your typical 6-pack of 12-ounce beers and that's $30
It's
for
like $10.
That's $30 for like an IPA. Like that's not like Heineken keg or something. That's like $30 for like a 7% like IPA. And usually it's for a 6-pack of 12-ounce beers. It's usually like $12 for a 6-pack. So you do 12 times times 2 plus another 6. It's actually a good deal.
I feel like also it's just another thing that's running in the house.
That's my thing.
Bulky.
I can't keep it where it's at.
No,
it's taking up. I'm gonna have to put its own. I'm gonna have to find a spot for it. And I have no idea.
The first thing.
Maybe I'll put it here for us, so like we can just be pouring while we're.
I don't hate that idea.
Pouring while we're podding.
Now,
am I a douche?
Well, here's the thing,
because I don't know if that's my one thing
I
about
want you
it.
to see if you can try to take a photo of it and put it up on the screen for everyone watching to see.
Yeah.
So here's your first test to see if you can make that happen. Because what I see, what screamed at me when I saw that is bachelor pad, baby.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking of if I had gotten that even as a gift for free with, let's say, 20 kegs given to me with it.
Right.
If I brought that home and said, babe, look what I got. And then I started plugging it in on the counter. Not happening. No, not even. Maybe she'd let me keep it in the garage.
It's pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet.
And if it for whatever it's worth, it's not on the market yet. Like it's exclusive. It's all like Anheuser-Busch.
Is this a backdoor deal?
This is a backdoor deal. It fell off a truck.
One of one?
Fell off a truck. Like you can't because when I plugged
that makes it better.
Because when I got it, like the person was like, "This is like brand freaking new." And then
he's like, "Don't tell anyone about this. Definitely do not podcast about this."
He threw a fucking carton of cigarettes in there too with it. No, but
just a rack of Pall Malls.
But when I plugged it in and like over the weekend, like while I was watching football, like I was like pouring it, and the thing was pouring. It was great. It was gravy. It was awesome, and I was like, "This is kind of cool." Like, especially if you're having like a party or something. If you're having a party,
no way. This is the Oreo theory. This is why I do not keep Oreos in the house. It's the same concept.
I know.
It being so readily available will make you go from, the typical 5 o'clock have 1 or 2 pints, or the weekend, have at it, to being like, it's 10 a.m. and I'm working, but I'm sitting here. I can have a beer.
Well,
and that's what's going to happen.
But this is the moment that I'm very worried, because this thing is so like tech savvy. It's you can keep it. It's all in the app, and it all has an interface on the thing. You can tell what temperature to keep it at, and then it tells you how much is left, and then it tells you, because you like when you install it, you have to pick like, hey, what beer did you put in here, and then like all this. Whatever the size, well, that's all one size. And then it tells you how long you have until, how many days are left.
There's a countdown clock?
So, like, that's why we're when there's, like, 2 days left, and it's just, like, a Tuesday. And I'm like, and we've got a full, like, 3 liters left.
More like booze day, am I right?
Yeah. Those are the ones where I'm just like, because I can,
how long does it stay for?
This one is 30 days.
18 brewskis in 30 days doesn't seem like that will ever be an issue.
I hope not. I'm hoping. Well, that was terrible to say. I hope not, but yes.
Yeah, you're good with that. Yeah.
So yeah, it tells you like it'll like your phone it'll give you notifications like, yo, you got 5 days left on that keg, son.
I'm gonna come in next week to do this podcast, and you're gonna have constructed a bar with like all the shiny.
I've already
wood.
thought about it. I'm like,
you have a rag over your shoulder, and you're just like, hey,
what can I do
you're already pouring. You already need a pint.
Just slide it down the fucking counter to nobody.
Yeah, well, to me. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so that it's pretty cool right now. I know like it's gonna fall off. Like I probably won't buy a cake for it like after I buy like the first one. But it's pretty cool.
305-317-2371. We are halfway through November right now. How long will this be consistent for Alex? I am putting the under/over at February 11th.
Okay.
And I am taking the under.
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
Although, I see the holiday kind of time. It's supposed to be cold. Everyone's inside.
I've got the margarita machine too, the pina colada machine. I mean, we could do a whole thing.
You haven't busted. I mean, next
I haven't
week.
busted that one out in a minute.
I think you put that puppy right here and fill it.
Just
yeah.
Oh shoot. We got Thanksgiving though coming up. Speaking of holiday season,
Turkey Day.
Yeah. Are you guys ready to go over there?
I just had the preliminary talks with mother-in-law. There's been a couple people in the family that have embargoed a very specific dish, and I've been waiting for them to come off one of those dishes. So I'm not saying I want something bad to happen to them, but I want them to stop making the dish so I get a shot at it.
What's the dish?
There's two mains on the side for me. That I think are actually not the most popular, but Jaylit the Kid loves these two.
Okay.
One, yams with mallows.
Definitely not popular at all. Gross.
Yams with mallows or yams with, what do they put on them? Walnuts? Pecans?
Yams are the same thing as just a sweet potato, just a different...
I like yams.
Yeah.
I'm going to call them yams.
I don't like any of the sugary stuff on it.
Absolutely love a nice thick, probably the only thing besides s'mores that I would say deserves a mallow.
Oh, you like the thick ones on there?
Well, no, I like them the small ones, just but a thick layer of
just
it.
A healthy amount. Okay.
Yes, so that is the first one. The second item is, I think, everyone's redheaded stepchild, but it is Jaylit the Kid's favorite, and that is the green bean casserole.
Yeah, another gross one.
No way!
Yeah, it's another gross one. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, so I've been waiting for those to become available.
So have they?
I might. She tried to push a turkey off onto the boy though.
Oh, okay, I do turkey. I'm in charge of
she does she does the main, and I might be the side bitch on the turkey. So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
How? Also in the oven? Both ovens?
I threw that out to her. I said, "You want me to deep fry one? What do you want me to do?" Here?
Again, that become the deep fryer with me, bud. It's a lot of fun because I'm telling you, you win every year, dude.
Yeah, I want to be a deep fryer
daddy.
Fryer
wins every year. It doesn't matter what anyone says. You fuck that oven thing up 10, 15 minutes, and now you got a dry turkey. Never dry in the deep fry.
No, I want to be a deep fry daddy. I need to push the envelope on that, but very much looking forward to it. Now, I meant to have pushed this envelope earlier, but what is it going to take? And you know what? I'm going to start on next year right now.
Okay.
What do I got to do? 7 a.m. Thursday morning to get you to throw on a pair of boats on those shoes and meet us out there for that turkey trot.
Every year with this.
What?
Every year with this.
What do I got to do? You're another year longer in the tooth.
Jordan wants me to do the turkey trot, which is like, what is it, 3 miles or something?
It's a 5K.
It's
a 5K Thanksgiving morning.
3 miles, like I said.
3.15.
Uh-huh.
It's right year, down beautiful.
Every year because he joined a fucking family that does it.
They were not a turkey trotting family.
You all started doing it together, and then now Jordan wants to now he selfishly is trying to drag me into it.
I used to turkey trot in Jacksonville.
Negative.
In my defense. And
Negative.
Then immediately walked to Pete's Bar to start drinking.
You did it 1 year, maybe.
2 years.
See, listen, you hear this guy? I'm telling you, there's holes in it.
I have turkey
Don't
trotted.
let him sit here and act like he's been trotting all around town.
I've turkey trotted 9 out of the last 10 years.
Well, that's because you've got a family and that's what you guys do, and it's tradition.
What do I got to do to get Uncle Al out there?
Dude, there's got to be serious, things at that finish line for me to be like, okay.
Is that how I know that you're in a serious relationship when we're on the way home from a double date?
That's it.
A double date. It went well. It's late October. No, it's middle of October. And she goes, babe, I signed us up for the turkey trot this year.
I'm about to say that.
And then you look in the rear view at me looking at you in the rear view.
Son of a bitch. That's the only way you're going to do it is you have to find me a girl that she does it. And then I'll have to do it then. There you go. That's the only way.
Ladies, 305-317-2371. Do you live in the
Do
greater?
not call
Do you live in the greater Fort Lauderdale? I'd say as far up as Boca, willing to travel.
Absolutely.
Also, I'll even throw Miami in there, although that's a schlep. Now, if you are looking for a great guy that will turkey trot with you Thanksgiving 2024, have I got the guy for you?
Dude, let's do it.
Okay.
I might be on blades, though.
No
blades?
No blades.
No one's allowed to do blades?
There's probably some bladers, but they are looked down
First
upon.
year, blading.
No.
First year, blading.
No.
And then trotting.
Mm-mm.
First blading, then trotting, dude.
All right. So are you busy this Thursday morning? Next Thursday morning?
I got a whole family, the deep oil, fucking cardboard down so it doesn't stain. Concrete.
You're doing that at like 7 a.m.?
Yeah. Not going. Definitely not going out the night before Thanksgiving and getting drunk. No. I'm gonna be up early for sure. Burgers,
ladies and gentlemen. If you can't see,
if you're not,
he is not being sincere with you.
What? This video thing might not.
Can you make a commitment to the 2024 turkey trot, Fort Lauderdale turkey trot,
no.
for brain cancer or whatever it's for?
No, not right now.
Ladies, I gave you the number.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, it is time for a very, very important segment. Break out the wigs. Let's go.
Are we laying some judgment?
Yep.
Okay, I think this one's yours because yours has the slightly smaller headed one.
Yep, you got the big dome.
That's
right. We are putting
hello, Bartholomew.
All right, we got the wigs on.
We are here, Jordan. Usually what happens here in this segment is it's guilty or dismissed, and Jordan kind of shoots out things.
I'm gonna give you a situation or a topic, and I need you to tell me guilty.
But you got to put the bucket on. You got to put.
You're right. Go Dolphins.
You got to put the fins up, bro.
Chris Cody, thank you.
Fins up on the.
Okay. All right.
You got to look with the Bucky shirt on and shit.
You like this?
It looks great.
Yo, I wore this out to Publix on Sunday for my my standard run. I got like 3 comments on it.
That's amazing. I'm jealous. Fuck.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bucky's as I'm walking out.
Gang.
So we got a game here. It's called Guilty or Dismissed, and you are going to tell me if what they've done deserves a verdict of guilt or dismissed on all charges.
And I am impartial.
You are impartial.
I am impartial.
The judge presides.
Now in session.
And where's your gavel? Okay. This first one's actually a pretty tricky one. This story came out last week. An aide to like a Ukrainian general was killed. And he was killed when he opened up his birthday presents. and a fellow soldier gave him a bottle of alcohol and a couple live grenades. And one of the grenades went off and killed him and almost killed his son.
Not even, he wasn't trying to assassinate him.
No, absolutely accident. It was a birthday gift, a live grenade.
Okay.
For the soldier who gave the gift. Guilty or dismissed on all charges?
Absolutely guilty of negligence.
Oh, okay. So you're not going like,
That's
murder one. Murder was the case they gave him.
You throw a freaking Smirnoff fight. You ice the colonel.
Ooh.
You ice him, okay? That's how you blow them up. You don't
ice them for life.
I mean, and by the way, I think I heard you say grenades plural. One wasn't enough.
He gave him
one funny wasn't enough.
The note said something along the lines of, "I know it's difficult to surprise you, so I gave you some combat grenades." And his son was playing with the with the ring, and he took it from him and the ring came out, boom, dead.
I have the note saying like from the guys like, don't worry, the grenades are fake, and then he puts like the winky face next to it, so the colonel's just thrown off and thinking that they're definitely fake.
Guilty or dismissed?
Dude, guilty.
Guilty?
Yeah, bro. At the birthday party, this kid's here, man.
All right.
Just give him a pinata with grenades in it or something.
I'm with you. You can't give a live grenade,
Not,
let alone 5.
I mean, everyone else is out here just like giving scratch offs, and you're putting grenades
and
inside.
like Ukrainian, maybe Russian grenade, which like I'm not looking at them for just their craftsmanship,
right?
You know, like
right.
I don't know who's like the Hall of Fame of grenade makers.
I got the colonel like right before he opens up the gift, like he picks it and just like starts shaking it, just like, ooh, this sounds like, ooh, what could this be?
Ooh, this is fun.
And he's like shaking it. The guy's like, ah.
All right, the next one. This is an interesting one. This news broke today.
What do you got?
And I need you to pass some judgment.
Uh-oh. What did
Andre 3 Stacks?
I heard.
November 17th, coming out with an album. Word, can't wait. Oh, wait. It's an album of him playing flutes, assorted flutes, for 87 minutes.
I saw.
Are we tossing him right in jail? Is he guilty before we listen? Or dismissed?
I went through the exact same emotional roller coaster that you just portrayed so perfectly. Where I was like, hell yeah, brother, Andre 3000, let's go. You know that guy's been in hiatus. It's going to be so good. And then I saw flute stuff. And
only flutes.
And then I was like, oh no, what are we doing here? And then I was like, wait, why does this have so much attention? What's going on here? Why are we? Why this means nothing?
Well, I think it's the the publicist or whatever's like, all right, we're gonna release it. Andre 3 Stacks, new album, and that's all they say. And then it's like, oh shit! And then an hour later, you go, guys, only flute stuff.
That's how it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an indictment, and I am not with that at all. I don't know, like I'll dismiss the case because it doesn't mean, because that album's probably not going to be, it's going to be dismissal worthy.
You're dismissing the case and the album?
Dismissed.
Wow.
Actually, I need you to take your flute and get out of my courtroom.
Oh,
please,
Andre 3000, please vacate the premises. Respectfully. Let's get into the football part of the guilty or dismissed right here. Bills Mafia defense last night, totally shitting the bed, causing me to have to do a death chug at the end of this podcast.
I know a lot of you have seen what's peeking out, right here. It is a 24-ounce can of Bud, and we will be doing something with that later because the Buffalo Bills are frauds.
Guilty?
Guilty.
Thank you.
Guilty. Dude, that the Bills Mafia, they're guilty under the statute of RICO.
Ooh, you're throwing the book at them. Everyone associated with them.
Conspiracy. Racketeering, conspiracy.
Let me take you to another potential RICO case that's on your docket today, Judge. What about that Michigan football team? Guilty or dismissed? Is this something everyone's doing and they just got caught? Or is this as bad as they say it is and they're guilty?
I am going. This is hard for me to do because
remember, you need to remain consistent so that it doesn't get overturned on appeals.
Yes, and like I said, I will be impartial on this because I've got family from Michigan, and I also love me some good cheating. I love me some good cheating, but
shouldn't be saying that as a judge.
But in this case, I think it's kind of like the evidence is there of just like Michigan couldn't beat Ohio State for years, and then they've been whooping them the last 2 years. How?
And he was at the game, got the signs, ipso facto. Here we are.
Guilty.
Guilty?
Guilty.
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 All right, now this one we're gonna this is gonna harken back to Thanksgiving Day. And I don't know if you guys, you keep it pretty close to the vest, unlike our family, as far as yours is almost strictly just family.
What are we talking about here?
Like immediate family for Thanksgiving.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
close nuclear family only.
Yeah, we've never had.
So
any,
we do a lot of people over the Cuban mafia.
Yes.
And I want to know, is the family member or extended invitee who brings the veggie or meatless option of the side dish to Thanksgiving guilty or dismissed on all charges?
I'm gonna need further evidence of like what I need. I'm gonna need what dishes are ones that are coming across your mind.
There was a year where I think she's vegan and she brought like squash, just like roasted squash.
And that's all she ate.
Well, that was like the dish. She was like, I'm gonna eat some of this, but like she put it was out there because we have like the big heating trays for everyone, like roasted squash only.
These damn vegans. That's okay. That's okay. They
dismissed.
That one's if you're like vegan or you got an allergy or like whatever it is, it's fine. Just know just know that like any sort of judgment or side banter, or you come into the kitchen, you hear them talking about the dish, you gotta take that.
Like me squirting some turkey juice, basting it on your face, you gotta take that.
Yeah, you gotta take. Yeah, like you can't be like out here just like, oh, you guys gotta be. No. This is Thanksgiving, and this is a meat day. It's a top 5 meat day.
Okay. Guilty or dismissed? Cameron and Mace continuously having O.J. Simpson on their podcast as their football correspondent.
I have seen this. I've ran into this, and I am not down with this at all. It's actually kind of disgusting. Anything with O.J. to me is very disgusting. I don't care what anyone says. The guy murdered 2 people in one of the most...
Allegedly.
No, he did. I'm the judge, and he did.
Well, technically, in a court of law, not guilty.
In my court of law, he's guilty, and he did it in such a brutal manner.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I would say no, like that.
Guilty.
Guilty. I don't like that at all. I don't like that platform. Those 2 guys should get away. They could go get like a Giants legend or like go get Tiki Barber or something.
Okay.
No need for OJ. OJ played for the Bills.
I think they're doing the shock jock factor. They're going for the conversation of outrage that comes with that pick, right? They're habitual line steppers.
I have seen a lot of because I feel like that podcast is really growing, and the pause thing that they do is really funny. Like how like in like when like young people or I don't know if it's like the black culture, or if it's what rappers do, whoever it is. But have you seen how people, when somebody says something that sounds gay, they go pause? Have you seen this? Oh, this is the thing.
They say the word pause and then they pause, or they just pause.
Either you say it to yourself because you caught yourself, or like the room that you're in, someone if we're talking about football and I'll be like, yeah, and he went deep on them. Like Cameron and Mace, they do it so much they're like pause, and then then they'll keep going. It's just like a homosexual thing.
Is this like a new TikTok
it's
trend?
It's a new thing that people like. And then if you say something just like, yeah, I was just going really hard at him the whole game, a pause. I mean, I was just I was getting after the quarterback. That's how you'll see it. Like
they're just pausing for the outrage.
And Cameron and Mace do it all. They'll have interview people, and just half the time they're just going pause because they're just I don't know, just picking out any little sexual innuendo, and it's kind of funny to me to watch because they just do it so close.
I haven't watched a single second of their show.
Oh, it's funny.
It's actually,
yeah, it's actually you actually.
I've heard it's good.
You would like it because you're a big Killer Cam. Yeah.
I don't like the killer that they're bringing onto the show, but I like Killer Cam.
Yeah.
Okay. This next one, an entanglement that you've been hearing much about. I have a feeling that I know which way the honorable judge will preside on this, but the former ex-wife of Scottie Pippen, Larsa Pippen, dating Michael Jordan, his old teammate's son, Marcus Jordan. That just guilty or dismissed. They have a podcast together now. It's weird. How much could you possibly have to talk about on a podcast? I don't get it.
My thing with it is anybody can date whatever the hell they want. This situation is absolutely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, obviously. But my issue with them is how they think it's not a thing. How they think it's just like, this isn't weird. Everyone dates people differently and blah blah. But they won't acknowledge it. But then they'll do podcasts. They'll make a podcast together. It's the
very Jada Pinkett Smith of like, I don't want to talk about it as I'm now going to talk about
unless
it.
I can monetize
telling you
it.
We're on a podcast and that's where I'm going to tell you we're not going to talk about it, but then talk about it.
Right.
Yeah. That to me is so we're going to build together. We're going to build a brand. We're going to make it seem like it's not a big deal and that it's, and we don't care about that stuff. And all it is completely look at me, Louie type shit.
All
and
it is.
It's what I hate about
disgusting.
The internet.
Yeah, that stuff's disgusting. I'm
guilty.
Okay.
Now,
please get out of here. No one asked for any of it.
This one was funny because right after we finished having the Thanksgiving talk with my mother-in-law, she had mentioned that this week she was very excited because she's going to a Pink concert.
I heard Pink is making her rounds.
She's making her rounds, but she has already admitted to a potential crime.
Uh-oh.
When Pink comes to town, she is going to be distributing a large list of banned books in Florida at her concert.
Should we give out books?
Giving out banned books in the state of Florida.
Books that are banned in the state of Florida. Just make damn music, dude. No one wants a book at a concert.
Oh, you're pushing back on this.
No, what am I gonna do with a book? I'm trying to what? I gotta hold this book the whole time now? Can you send it to me? Can you send it to me?
So if she sends you the book on the original slavery, you will read it as long as you don't have to hold it the whole time you're at the concert.
Yeah.
But you're gonna hold the concert poster. You're not gonna hold the book?
I mean, that's
lawyered.
That was Johnny Cochran of you. Very Johnny Cochran of you.
Thank you.
Very Johnny Cochran of you.
Dismissed?
I'll hold the book, but I'll tell you right now.
Are you going to throw the book at her?
I'll tell you right now that she already had a couple of things thrown at her, so you might not like how that comes back.
Did you see that one of the things that were thrown at her, besides, we all know about the mother's ashes.
Yes.
But did you see that a whole wheel of cheese was thrown at her?
No, something else has been thrown at her.
Yeah, I think it was.
Was this in I think it was
Sheffield,
England?
I'm going to just blatantly
just go.
It was in France.
Just go.
It was in France.
Yeah.
France or Italy. Those are the only two places you can get away with throwing an entire wheel of cheese at someone, and honestly, you're welcome.
I don't think we do wheels here. I think wheels is only over there.
We're spokes only.
Yeah,
it's small spokes.
Yeah.
So, but Pink is.
I heard she's making her rounds.
I think it's tonight.
Is it?
I think it's tonight. I think it was.
That's
Tuesday.
gonna be a great show. I always loved her. I've never seen her before, but everyone says she's awesome. In concert, she does the flying around little thing. She, when she straps in, she was like, that's like her thing. She was like not one of the first, but she was kind of one of the first to that straps in the harness and flies around the arena singing to you, and she does it at every single concert series now. She's real into it. It's kind of her thing.
Maybe I'm picking Pink to just fall off the harness in the Deadpool next year. We'll see. I got to look at those tour dates.
Something to pink about.
Yeah. All right. We got two more here. A Georgia man. This was his wig
is fucking
good. This was a Georgia man, but this was as a Florida man story.
Uh-oh.
And
They honed
so
in on our shit.
he was he broke into a church and he stole the donation money.
Sure.
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know why they're leaving the donation money around after hours.
And the police were called because someone was actually in the church when he like broke the window to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So the cops like of course knew about it right away. But when he came out and the cops were like, "Hey, stop. We got you." And he was like, "Ah." He had mentioned that while he was inside the church that he did baptize himself.
Oh.
And so, Your Honor, I throw myself at the mercy of the court. I did rob the church and take the donation money, but I took a little dip on the way out, and I'm just asking for leniency in this guilty or dismissed.
I got this. I got this. In the court of the heavens, dismissed. In the court of earth, in my court, guilty.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay your time now, but when you go see the big man upstairs,
all good because you're a clever boy.
Yep.
Very clever. I like.
All you got to do is say you're sorry.
I like you telling that.
That's all I've learned about Catholicism. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Just say you're sorry.
Most people would have broken into like the wine cabinet. You know what I mean? This guy said, "Hold on, let me turn the tub on."
Yeah.
I
So he took a little dipski before he left.
I like that a lot, actually.
And this one, a new article came out. Our girl's still in hot water, but I need you to cast judgment on this newest article. Our girl, Lizzo, the lawsuit has continued, and there's
I've been seeing she's been like I've been hearing her songs. Stuff. I'm like, are they letting her back now?
Well, there was a claim that came out that the women that were dancing for her were being forced to audition to keep their job, and they had to run through the set, and they wouldn't let one of the women go to the bathroom. And she just absolutely pissed herself on stage, and they made her keep dancing. And she then ran back to change, but it was like a see-through pair of pants. And it said it made sure to emphasize that she was like almost 40 and a virgin. I don't know why that was important because she was showing.
Don't know why either, but those details are critical to my case right now.
That's why I'm presenting them.
Thank you.
Unbiased.
Thank you, Johnny.
She then came back and had to finish the dance. Lizzo then got up on stage, berated her, and fired her.
Oh my
Judge,
God.
Guilty or dismissed?
Oh my gosh. If that is correct, that's horrendous. That is
allegedly.
Throwing allegedly across the whole damn thing.
Put a ticker right across the top.
Yeah, start producer Mike from that's the start of him when they now just have a running marquee.
Yes. Yeah.
of allegedly. That is so disgusting.
Now
she's 40 years old and a virgin.
Right? I like where you went with that. Now, what even got me into the article was the article said dancer soils themselves.
Soils is
now it was an
different.
Andre 3000 flute situation because I go, oh, this woman absolutely shit her pants on stage. And then I get into it. I mean, it's just a number one, not a number two. So does that maybe lessen the charge from a felony down to a misdemeanor for you?
No.
Guilty or dismissed?
Guilty.
Now, are you done with Lizzo then?
I mean, we always separate. We always separate church and state. We always separate the artist from the art.
Okay.
But Lizzo, you actually and Andre 3000 can both take your flutes and get out of my courtroom. You see what I did there?
I like that.
You and Andre pick up your flutes and get the step in.
Oh, you know what though? Before we dismiss, because I think you gave Andre a dismissal, right? You dismissed it and the album.
Yes, I dismissed.
All right.
Yes,
well, I forgot Exhibit A, and I need to submit a piece of paperwork in here.
Are you filing for an appeal?
All right. Yes, this is my appeal to the dismissal of Flutegate.
Okay.
Because this is where I think, because I took a screenshot of this just because it was, I'll let you be the judge. But let me just give you a couple names of the flute songs on Andre 3000's track list.
Oh, yeah. I don't know that. Give it to me.
I swear I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time. That's song number 1.
That's strike number 1.
Okay, number 2. The slang word pussy rolls off the tongue with far better ease than the proper word vagina. Do you agree?
What is this guy writing fucking podcast headlines?
I mean, who does he think he is? Panic at the Disco?
What are we doing? What are we in deep thought over the Jesus?
Number 3. The night in Hawaii when I turned into a panther and started making these low register purring tones that I couldn't control. Shit was wild.
Okay.
I'm not joking. That was the track number 3.
I'm thinking Andre 3000 has has a little notes section on his phone where he when he's in deep thought or probably really high, he goes there and he writes down things, and these are all the things that he has written down in there.
Well, my man was really high when he came up with track number 6. Gandhi, Dalai Lama, Your Lord and Savior, JC, Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy. And I'll just give you one more, track number 8. Dreams once buried beneath the dungeon floor slowly sprout into undying gardens.
Is that a dungeon?
Your Honor.
Is that a Dungeon Family thing?
Your Honor, I present this to the court. You may reopen and
I'm going to rule it on this way. We're going to take a slight recess right now, and we're going to listen to this album.
November 17th. So we got
and I'm going to and I personally will be starting with track 6.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to start there.
Just Your Lord and Savior JC / Bundy.
I'm going to start there and see where my guy's at.
Okay.
And then when we come back from recess, then I will lay the final judgment on this. Because that was a good appeal. That was a very good appeal here.
The album drops this Friday. Mm-hmm. So we'll have a little time to chew on it before next week when we get into it. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll both have a review next week.
Okay. Yep.
So but I will say this, Andre 3 Stacks, you are skating on thin ice.
With a flute in your hand, which is very dangerous.
Yes, don't do that.
Yeah.
Are you ready to get into this peacock?
Yeah, let's do it. We're rolling right into the peacocks nowadays. We're no more.
I'm taking this fucking thing off.
Oh yeah. We're rolling into peacocks nowadays. One of the new things that we'll be doing here now going forward. But this week's peacock in music, which you guys can find all the peacocks in music that we do. They're on Spotify. I make a playlist on there. It's called Peacocks in Music. We put the episodes on there for you, and then I kind of put together, a loose base of the hits of whatever peacock we're talking about. So if you're interested in any of the peacocks, past, future, or present, you can find them all there. And we kind of did all the homework for you.
Yeah.
So this week's Peacock in Music is actually a bit inspired from Jordan and specifically last episode. This week's Peacock in Music is Trina.
Hey!
Still the baddest.
The baddest bitch.
Yeah, so if Jordan did his one.
What was the from the this or that last week?
Yeah, Jordan does the this or that segment, which is always a lot of fun for me personally. And it was Trina or Lil Kim, I think it was.
Yep.
You said this or that.
Queen Bee or the baddest bitch.
And so Trina was on my mind all week, and I was like, I'm doing Trina. So Trina, December 3rd, 1978 to present, as we all know.
78? You said?
1978. Mm-hmm. You doing the quick math on that?
Yeah.
Get back to me.
45.
What is it, 45?
Yeah, she's 10 years older than us. Than me.
Than you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're older than me.
Yeah. Come here, little guy. Let me give you a noogie. Katrina Laverne Taylor, born in Miami, Florida.
Hey.
She grew up in Liberty City. She's a real one.
As they do.
She attended the infamous Miami Northwestern High, where she was a majorette. Do you know what a majorette is?
Majorette has to be either like the baton twirlers or the step crew dancer girls.
The batons.
Batons.
The
Okay.
batons. The majorettes or the baton twirlers.
Also, probably some high leg kickers in there.
Yes. Yeah, with some sequence dance intermittently
yes.
put in there.
Mm-hmm.
So she was a majorette, which actually that reminds me too when I was up in
that's like a general term for what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was up in Pennsylvania, in like this small town that we were staying in for the wedding, there was a business whose sole business was I forget what the name was, but it was like Miss Patricia's baton school. And every single day when I would get up to go get coffee, there would be a gang of just like little girls out there getting after it, learning the baton. And I was just like,
she just has like the monopoly on just like southern Pennsylvania baton twirling.
I'm telling you, it was like ages from like 6 to like 16. They were just like out in the streets, just like, and she's out there 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Like I was just like, damn, you would never see this down in South Florida.
Nope.
But it was cute. It was cute. Someone's keeping it alive, at least.
Thank you.
Because God knows Trina did it.
She didn't?
She didn't. She got into some other things. Speaking of the other things she got into, she linked up with Trick Daddy, baby. She was gonna be a real estate agent. And Trick said, nah.
No. Trick a lot of kids.
Trick a lot of kids. You're coming with me. They meet in 1998. They record and release a song, Nan N-word. Not gonna say it live. On YouTube also too. Not that I wouldn't if we weren't on YouTube. Almost slipped up there. Sorry. That song was featured on Trick Daddy's second album. The only reason why I wrote this down because I thought it was so funny. In 1998, his second album, www.thug.com.
Great website.
What an innovator! Like he was like in 1998, he was like, "Oh no, my album's gonna be like a website, and I'm gonna put www in front of it."
Yeah, I mean, we need to know how to get there.
Like it was like in the infancy of the internet. He was just like www.thug.com.
Love it.
I wonder, is that still a thing? Go pop over there and let me know if www.thug.com is still live. It's got to be. He's probably got some merch on there. Hopefully, maybe he kept it the same. Hopefully, it looks like it's from 1998. What is it?
It's everything I ever wanted it to be. What it has done is when you go to www.thug.com, it takes you right to Slip and Slide Records, baby.
Take it to the house. Yeah,
baby.
Yeah. It gets redirected.
Yep.
So yeah.
Slipandsliderecords.com is what it takes you to.
And speaking of Slip and Slide, Trina right after that signs to Slip and Slide Records. And in 2000 she releases her debut album, The Baddest Bitch, and it's goes certified gold. No biggie. It's a huge hit. With the number one single on it, Pull Over that ass too fat. Ooh, pull over that ass too fat. Ooh,
what am I thinking?
I mean,
of course,
just a banger.
Yeah.
Yep, that one went certified gold. The Baddest Bitch 2000. And then in her second album, she actually links up with Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott has like a little loose producer credit on that second album.
Dope.
with Trina. And that one had a ton of success, debuted at number 11, so it stayed up there for a long time. And she even piggybacked on top of that success of that album. She was all over the All About the Benjamins movie.
Oh yeah.
With a soundtrack,
and...
Ice Cube.
Yep.
And that was, I think that was recorded down here too, because he's wearing the Heat jersey the whole time, isn't he? I think Ice Cube's wearing the Hardaway. I think it's like the Hardaway Heat jersey the whole movie. It
might be, yeah.
I think it was filmed down here. But yeah, so she has that. I guess that soundtrack did really well.
But that was also like that early 2000s was when like the soundtrack was meant to be like its own release also on the side of the movie.
Yeah, right.
And it could like pull serious numbers because of like, they're like, oh, wait, it doesn't just have to be one artist with all of their music. We can actually make like essentially a mixtape with all these other artists on it. Because like, I remember when a movie came out, I'd be like, oh man, I want to go see what that soundtrack is about.
Yeah.
Or I'm watching the movie, I'm like, oh, this soundtrack's gonna be banging.
Yeah. But so after that, you know, she goes on to work with Lil Wayne, Manny Fresh, Kelly Rowland, Flo Rida, a bunch of people.
He does have a Heat jersey on. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
He's got like cornrows. I should remember he's got the Heat jersey on the whole time.
Yeah, it's Ice Cube. Yep.
Yeah. But she did in September 2022 dabble in a little pro wrestling. She was on a little bit of pro wrestling. She didn't wrestle, but she was in the corner and played the heel, you know, so got a little bit of a bag for that guy back in 2022. But one of the things that I didn't know that maybe you did, Jordan, was she dated Lil Wayne pretty seriously from like 2005 to like 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
They got like tattoos on each other.
Oh, yeah.
And
they
were engaged.
So if you remember, if you rewind a little bit, and I don't know if it happened before or after that, but when Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, that's when all the rappers basically got displaced from New Orleans, and that is when Birdman and Lil Wayne came to Miami.
Right. They set up shop down here for a while.
And that is when like Stuntin' Like My Daddy came out, when he's just on the Ducati, just whipping it around the streets on like Star Island and shit. And that makes sense. That's kind of when they got together, when they started doing stuff with DJ Khaled and Trick Daddy. And they basically became the refugees of New Orleans down in That's
Miami. Right. You're totally right on that. That time frame.
Because that was 2005.
They were engaged though, and she actually was pregnant, but she suffered a miscarriage of Lil Wayne's baby.
Damn.
But as we all know, she's on the radio now with Trick Daddy down in Miami. They do a what should we call it, a morning show every weekday, and just another thing I wrote down here, other notable people that she dated: Kenyon Martin, French Montana.
Oh, Kenyon Martin, what'd it do?
You know, she got in that ass, you know, no biggie.
Okay.
And that's your peacock this week, Trina.
Sweet.
Trina.
A little 305 love.
Yeah, a little 305 love. I like that. Little female rapper love.
I like that.
And that'll be a fun playlist to put together. Before we get to this guy right here, I wanted to ask you, are you a soup guy? Because we're entering soup season, and you don't come off as one. And I wanted to know if you were a soup guy, because I think I'm gonna get into soups this season.
To answer your question, I would say no.
Right.
I am not typically a soup guy. And I think part of it is a lot of soups are hot. We live in South Florida.
Of course.
Like, you know, if I lived up north or somewhere that was much colder, soups I think would be more appetizing. But no, I am not a soup guy.
Okay, yeah, I think
now when you say, because there's two different tiers of soups.
Well,
and one
I lean chowder.
Well, not even that though. But there's two different tiers.
I love all the chowders.
There's the tier of I will order a soup, and then there's the tier of I'm going to fucking make 5 gallons of this fucking soup.
When I say I'm gonna
so when you say I'm
gonna make,
because Sussman. Hope you're safe over there in Israel. He would, when we were roommates, pull out like a 4 or 5 gallon pot,
Dutch oven,
and make a giant fucking serving of soups.
That's amazing. That's on brand for him.
And I was like, you're making so much. I don't understand why. I don't eat any of it. What are you doing?
It is the main, whatever you want to call it, of soups, is when you are going into making one, you better have a lot of mouths to feed. Because there's only so much soup you can eat.
Now, a nice good clam chow or a lobster bisque, I'm in on.
Okay.
But I can't say there's like almost any other soups that like I get a hankering for. I guess a matzo ball soup. There you go.
Did you try? Have you tried my ham bone soup? I dropped that off, right?
I did a review of the ham bone
That's
soup.
right. You tried my ham bone soup. I usually do that, but this year I'm gonna do a couple more. Usually I'll just do like a ham bone soup and then like maybe I don't know. But this year I'm gonna do some soups.
Do you have any that you could think of that you're like these are on my hit list?
Yeah, there's like a really good one that I've made like when I used to live with Ian back in Hey Would You Blow Me? Like it was like
Hey Would You Call Me? Maybe.
Yeah, it was like a Tuscan chicken and kale like and potato soup. It was really good. I always remember that one was like that used to hit. But I want to try my hand at some chowders though this time. It's more specifically a corn chowder.
Okay, I can see. Yeah, you're definitely a corn chowder guy. I can also tell you, Jaylit the Kid doesn't hate a Mexican tortilla soup.
Oh, there you go. Chicken tortillas. Yeah,
I've actually made that before as well.
Those are good. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say to anyone, leave a comment on the video if you guys got a recipe, or you shoot us a message, or 305-317-2371. If you've got a bomb soup recipe, Daddy wants it. Daddy wants it. Because I'm going to try my hand at some soup this year. Just soup and just a baguette. And that's me. And I'm sitting down, I'm watching Modern Family.
A tomato soup and grilled cheese. I would do that.
Okay.
But I think it is the side bitch to the grilled cheese. One needs the other doesn't need the other, but they're better together situation.
Yes.
But I'm not a big soup guy, no.
Okay. If I make soup this year, would you like any? Would you like to review my soup this year?
I will do a soup review. You can have it over here, and I will review it on the podcast. And whatever you got, I will definitely try.
Let's do that.
I am very open-minded to try.
I'm not trying to turn you or anything. I'm just gonna have a lot left over, so I need someone to eat some.
Well then, yeah. You can count on my mouth.
Okay.
Pause.
That's how it's done. You
like that?
It was perfectly executed.
All right, here we go.
Speaking of mouth stuff, all right, so I'm gonna explain the situation here. I'll stay on mic while Jordan prepares. So every week for our fantasy football league, if you score the least amount of points, the punishment is that team's manager has to shotgun a 24-ounce beer of their choice. And Jordan has now gone back to back. This is his second week in a row. Yeah. And second week in a row. So he now has a 24-ounce of a Bud Heavy. Show him. Let's
Hand for scale.
Let's tilt this up a little bit so they'll get you smashing.
Also, the rare shotgun inside.
We're shotgun inside. It's raining outside. We're doing it inside. We want to get this on camera. So
I'm taking this off for you, Chris Cody, so that I don't damage the goods.
So when
I'm gonna have to be surgical with this thing, huh?
Yeah, don't get it. I mean,
well, maybe I'll do what you did, and I will spray excess beer all over your fucking face.
I'm not recording any of this.
Okay.
Yeah, be gentle. Nice, surgical. Clean here.
Surgical. I went too big on the hole last time, so I'm making sure.
Now, Jordan, the last week when you did this, you did very well executed. It was one of the cleanest ones that we've had this year.
Okay.
So
I gotta be careful on the pull too. That's where I had a lot of squirt.
There's a lot of going on right now, and
okay.
Nice. Okay, look at this.
I'm a fucking loser.
Wow. Clean in the Bucky's Beaver shirt. It looks so good. He's matching, if you will. He's, again, took care of business. took care of business. It's almost no fun when you do it because there's no foamy. Ooh, ooh. There it is. Nice.
There's a better one in there.
All right, guys. Check out like we said.
That was it.
Check out the YouTube Shut the Funk Up podcast. And we'll see you next week.
See ya.